morning, everyone. This is Royce. Welcome back at you with yet another Let's Try. And today on the docket, if you've spent any time in the comment section of my videos, you'll have met the small but very vocal base of critics I've formed over the past year. People who derive a very weird type of pleasure from making fun of me for being fat, who have made it their life's mission to try and ruin any joy that I find in my life. And much like the transphobes out there, they seem to only have one joke. And it is, Royce should try a salad. Well, joke is on you. That is right, we're trying all three of the grilled chicken salads from Culver's. Now, what is Culver's, I pretend to hear you ask? Well, you see, if you live in the Midwest, it's basically our version of Shake Shack. It's an ice cream and burger place that does really good smash burgers fried in butter, called Butter Burgers. Kind of, obvious name. And these things called, instead of ice cream, they call it frozen custard. I don't know what the difference is, because I believe ice cream is actually formed from a custard. Anyway, we have cashew chicken, cranberry, and garden salad. Three very plain, well, not plain, but not even unadorned, sauceless salads. Sauceless, let's go with that. Which might be good for my critics. They're like, oh, Royce is finally going to eat some raw vegetables. It's not just for a let's try for the salads. For you see, Culver's has two sauces that are proprietary. And so I got them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Their signature sauce, which was described to me as kind of a Caesarish sauce. It's supposed to be a Parmesan ranch. And their... where are you, you little SOB? Come here, come here. Lord. I just had to make a bit out of it. It just had to be a... there we go. They also have a proprietary vinaigrette sauce. So, we're going to decide which we will have with which. Now, my first instinct is that the cashew chicken should go with the vinaigrette. That seems like the most obvious choice here. So we'll try them one at a time and see how they taste. I don't know how much of them I'm going to eat on camera. Because, that's 3 chicken breasts and a lot of veggies. And because I'm not a monster, I will eat even the parts I don't like the tomatoes and the cucumbers. Cucumbers are weird because, I don't hate cucumbers, but they give me indigestion. Let's try one of the cashews. Feels soggy. Yeah, it's soggy. Let's try the grilled chicken. That is very plain. $120 calories, which isn't great, but after the awful brisk teas I drank, I'm not going to complain too much. It's a little more opaque than vinaigrettes I've seen in the past. It's kind of a balsamic flavor. It's got sort of a, I think there is some cheese in it, like some Parmesan or something. Anyway, here we go. Let's dig in. This reminds me a lot of a dish my grandma Cindy would make. My grandpa George, for the last 10 years of his life, was on ceaseless diets because his doctors were trying to help him. But like the problem was that he had COPD, which unfortunately no amount of diet and exercise will fix. Again, I maintain it's not the being fat that will necessarily kill you. It's the things around being fat that will kill you. And like, yes, there are health risks involved with being fat, but I everyone I've seen suffer from being fat did so because they also drank, because they also did drugs, because they also smoked. And like, maybe that's not true. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm willing to admit that I'm a flawed person with a flawed perspective. But still, if you point to someone who's suffering a lot from being obese, it's probably because they also did other things. You know, being fat is the straw that breaks the camel's back. Chris Farley didn't die from being morbidly obese, he died from drug addiction. I don't know. Anyway, back to the food. Oh, I was telling a story. Um, okay. So the dish my grandma would make for grandpa during this diet time was Chinese chicken salad. It was lettuce, fried rice noodles, which turned them into styrofoam, walnuts, and boiled chicken with a little bit of teriyaki sauce. It was very bland. But this is kind of like an improved version of that. Like the cashews are much sweeter nut, much sweeter, more flavorful nut than walnuts, and the presence of the carrots and the red cabbage offer more distinction in the salad mix. And then of course you have the cheese, you have the vinaigrette, you have grilled chicken, which has at least some seasoning on it. I will say the thing I'm most impressed by is the presence of so many cashews and of so many cashews and so much chicken in the dish, because being your premium items, you'd think that those would be way less prevalent. Now, what is the spiky lettuce? Is that arugula? Is that butterleaf lettuce? I believe arugula is supposed to have kind of a peppery bite, so I don't think it's arugula. I keep finding tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes. Stop making me eat tomatoes. I'll eat them in a burger because, like, it's just a cut of a tomato. But, like, especially cherry tomatoes are like, you're eating a whole tomato, and, like, so it becomes a gusher. I need to stop, otherwise this video will never end. So that's the, so that's the one that, so that's that one. That's the cashew chicken. Now let's try this one, the cranberry bacon. Maybe I should use a vinaigrette with this one. I don't know. That's the normal garden. Oh, it's got croutons too. Excuse me. Well, we'll have to use the Caesar one on this one. Yeah, it's definitely some kind of like Caesar. Trying to think what would go with cranberries. Probably like maybe a blue cheese, kind of that fruit and cheese mixture, or a honey mustard maybe. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't do this. Oh, it's spicy too. It's got a peppery bite. This one will either be the best or the worst because, like, adding bacon to the equation, bacon is such a hard thing to get right, especially in fast food. But you also have cranberries, you have the chicken. You know, it's not like it's relying on the bacon. I probably should have eaten some plain. The sauce is very overpowering. This tastes a lot more like a fast food item than that does. Like, that tastes like a salad bar salad. This tastes like a fast food salad. And it's purely because of the bacon. The bacon adds that synthetic smoke taste that fast food bacon has. I do believe that this has some kind of... Oh, it's got a blue cheese crumble in it, too. I forgot about that. So this is basically a charcuterie board salad. You have cheese, protein, or you have cheese, meat, fruit. I need some crackers. Or maybe little crostinis. The blue cheese is at the mix of the funk of the blue cheese with the sweetness of the cranberries is adding a lot of dimension to the salad that would be otherwise missing. Like the chicken and bacon are turning into the weakest link here because the cranberry and blue cheese, really good combo. I'll have to remember this next time I'm making. I want to make something for the holidays. Because now I'm imagining something like bacon, like how you have those cheese stuffed bacon wrapped dates, but I could do it with blue cheese and cranberries and something. I may have to actually finish the salad on camera. And if you're wondering, yes, I paid way too much for these salads. At about $9 a piece, I paid $27 to prove a point. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called being an idiot. I don't claim to be intelligent. I'm just smarter than the people who criticize me. Maybe it's a stuffing for chicken. Blue cheese and cranberries and chicken. That is a really good idea. And finally, we have the garden salad. The original, the OG, the good time boy. You didn't think I wouldn't keep two, would you? Ah. Ooh, I got a chunk of Parmesan in that bite. And you're like, Royce, why didn't you get a bite of that raw? Because it's just the same exact salad without any of the accoutrement. No cashews, no cranberries, nothing. So we have this. And it's okay. Like, it's the same salad I've had the last two times, just with croutons and nothing else. It's boring. It's really boring. That one might go in the fridge for later. Honestly, I'd rather finish this one right now. Like, the vinaigrette was a good idea. The cashews are good. Ooh. I can really taste the vinaigrette now, too. This needed some fruit in it, too. What would go with the cashews? Maybe raisins? Oh, you're probably curious. I should read you what the... I was going to read you what the contents were, what the calorie content was for that, but it doesn't say it. I'm assuming way more than the vinaigrette. And I know what some of you are saying, like, Royce, why are you wasting money on fast food? Because I was being maliciously compliant. You really got to space out the bite so you get a bite of cashew with each bite. Or chicken. The cashew is better because it's sweet, but the chicken works because it's bland. It's just a little counteraction to the vinaigrette. There. I've eaten 2 salads and taken a bite of a third. And for everyone at home, you don't know what happens when I turn off this camera. You see such a small fraction of my life. You know, don't judge me. Because one, I'm probably smarter than you. Not by much, but at least if the first thing you want to comment about is my weight. College educated people have more important things to think about than what my BMI is. And two, worry about yourself. The whole world is full of too many busybodies who stick their nose into other people's business. We need to stop trying to micromanage everyone else and just worry about the person who we are. And if you still want to and if you still want to harass me about my weight, well, get bent. Like, what else do you want me to say? Like, I'll try to be better? Like, I am taking steps in my own life at my own pace. You are not my you are not my parent. You are not my doctor. You are not anyone in my life. You are a person on the other side of a screen watching me. And like I hate to be rude, but like everyone is that way. This is a parasocial relationship. We are, like I am just a stranger who you find mildly amusing because I eat food weird and occasionally say something profound, I guess, or say something funny. I don't know why you watch me. Anyway, you all have a good day. This is Royce Miller. I'm outie.